Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new tutorial or tip. This time I want to share with you how I paint dark flesh. And I will start first applying Reader's Height on the flesh areas that are previously primed in black. Okay, so let's start. So this is going to be the base color of the skin. So I will do first one. So you apply all over the miniature. So I will be back. I will apply this on all the skin of this miniature. I will be back once I apply all the Reader's Height on that miniature. Okay, this is how it's looking like once the Rhinox brown is applied on all over the miniature. Now we have to wait a little bit that it's completely dry. Okay, next step will be to do a wash using non oil. Okay, so this time I take a brush and then just apply the wash all over the skin. As you have noticed, I also paint some of the red parts. I do that when I was waiting for the brown part to be completely dry. So you apply the wash all over the skin. Be sure that you apply evenly and you don't forget any part of the miniature. The wash is very important that you do it, that you're covering very well the area that you want to paint with the wash, because later on, if you forget one part, you will see the transition between the first and the second wash, and then you will need to do some clean with the basic paint and maybe to repeat it if you want to avoid to see the transition. So apply the wash all over the miniature, all over the skin. Don't put too much neither, because then it's accumulated and it will start dripping down. So you have to put just enough to see the recesses, but not too much that it can be accumulated too much in some areas. If you see that it's accumulated, then you divide your brush and you take a little bit out, like that. The face is important to ensure that the eyes are well covered, the mouth. Okay, and also doing this arm. So here I'm not worried if I'm going to dirtying any other area, because I only paint here the skin at this moment. So, and that's all. So now the wash is completely applied. And now we have to wait, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or a little bit more, that the wash is completely dry. Especially when you do a heavy wash like that, it's important that you wait enough time to ensure that the wash is completely dry and you don't messing up. Okay, now that the wash is completely dry, I did the eyes of the miniature, because now I will start doing the highlights, and I prefer to do the eyes first. In case I'm messing around the eyes, I can clean this area and then do the rest of the skin. I always do the eyes the first thing of the face. If you do it the last, you're risking that you're dirtying around the eyes. So let's start with the highlights, and then I will start applying first the Rhino's hide, the basic color. So you will apply this on all the, we'll change brush. I will apply this on all the areas that are so I will like that, leaving the deepest areas with the darker color. Okay, and then before this is completely dry, I will also apply more fun. Like that. The way that you are mixing the paint directly all over the body. So you do like that. Then you can put some water. Try to smoothen the highlights. For example, on the face, I will do the base of these horns. We'll do like that. Don't worry that the beginning is it's looking too much highlight, because later on I will apply a little bit of the Rhino's hide on top. But this is helping me to know where I want to do the most highlights. So okay, and now I will use a little bit of Rhinox and I will smooth you look like you can do like a glaze, so very thin. You apply a little bit on top and then you smoothen. And it's all about playing with the two colors until you have the result you want. For example, the nose, I will do the nose like that. Then I will apply directly the Rhino's hide. The other cheek I will do the same. So you apply, you can apply a knife. So this time is very soft. So for the lips, I will only highlight the bottom lip, like that. Okay. If you highlight both lips, it will look very strange. So normally I recommend only, even when you do woman and you want to paint the lips in red, only do the bottom lip. It's better than doing both. So you see here, first I apply this one, and now I will thin the paint with some water, and then I will smooth. And I will be doing this all over the skin. For example, this muscle here, I will paint all the muscle with Rhino's hide, very humid, very liquid this time. Then before it's drying up, I will start playing, blending it directly on the muscle. Okay, you see, this is the idea, and then you can go muscle by muscle. So you can do this one. Take water, you know, this one, you put a lot of water and then you add some touch of more fun. If you think that is too clear later on, you can also correct. So this can be quite time consuming, but I think the end result can be very good. So I will continue doing this on all the skin, and I will show you the end result when I did. So for example here, then you do again, you take this one and you do like that, and then here I will do another. So the idea is that you use very thin paint, and then you're mixing on the skin and you arrive to the tonality you want before it's dry up. So as you see, this is how the face start looking up. I will do all the miniature and then I will show after this first blending. This is the final result when I did the highlights on all the skin parts of this miniature. So you can see the muscles are highlighted, everything. Now the last thing I will do a very fine touch on some parts with a scrag brown, but it's going to be very little touches in the parts that are more popping out. So, and of course I will do it very diluted. So first I do a test here on the hand to see how it's contrasting. So for example, here I imagine that this part is hanging strong, so it's whitening a little bit the fingers. Okay. I will use also this to put a little bit more of emphasis to the factions. So just very small touches. For example, the ears, do a very fine touch. The base of the horns. Just very subtle. So you see, you only do in some areas where you think can be some brights, or the area can be more highlighted. Just very small touch. For example, the other hand, I will do also the fingers. Okay, so you see here, then on the muscles, just very thin. So I will put some very diluted. So I'm going to remove this here, that this is very Then on the head, just a little bit of brights, like that. You can do one touch here on the muscles, another touch here. I put in that time, the arm is not glued, but I wanted to assemble it to see how it's looking like, everything assembled. It's giving better idea on the final look. So I will look also a little bit here on the torso, just to remark a little bit the muscles. This is, if you put too much like this time, then I go back to the previous color. Always you have to be correcting when you see that you have to put too much, or the transition is too strong. Just go back to the previous color and try to smoothen a little bit. Then, for example, this case I will also have to use again Rhinox hide. This I showing this because I think it's good that not always the things happen at the first time, so you have to correct, and sometimes it's a matter of passion, being patient and repainting until you arrive to the color that you like. Okay, so this is the idea as I did in the torso. So on the face I will do the same on some of the muscles in the back. So you see here, for example, this one in the back, the very thin line here, very small touch, so almost not seen, but it has to be enough that you are making the details more visible, and I think this is going to be good enough. So that's all for painting dark skin. Okay, I hope it's useful for you and you can reuse it in another miniature. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.